Hey guys, today I'll be comparing all the rarest specials in Anime Fighting Simulator. And then at the very end of the video, I'll be giving you a little ranking to show which ones are the best and then which ones are the worst. And then I'll be giving you guys some stuff like what does the most damage, which ones to avoid, and which ones are good that you can get really easily. And then so on the first part of the video I'm going to be doing, I'll be giving you guys all of the statistics from all the testing that I've been doing. So I've been doing a lot of testing with these so I can make this video for you guys. So the first one I'm going to show you, once again, I'm going from least rare to rarest. So I do not know the rarity of the King Flute, but I'm giving it to you as the last one because I don't know, it's unknown. So, but this is the King Flute. You can see it right here. So, once again, rarity is unknown. The scaling is strength for move Z and move C, and then the scaling is chakra for move X. The multipliers are for Z, 10 times a hit, for X, 25 times, and then C is 5 times a hit. The boss damages are Z, which is 10 per hit, X, which is 25, and then C is 5 per hit. And then the ranges for this King Flute is Z is around the cell arena, but your range can be extended by moving. X is around 1.25 cell arenas, and then C is the size of the cell arena. And then the cooldown for this Devil Flute is mid to long. So now that I've gave you those statistics that I've been testing, I'll be showing you guys the moves. So Z is Thunder. As you can see right here, you summon Thunder, which is the range of the cell arena, but you can greatly extend the range just by walking around. I've tested it, and you actually can still do damage. So yeah, it's really good. This one it's just amazing, that move. And then X, this one is 1.25 cell arenas. That one just shoots like a beam of fire that just goes to your opponent instantly. And then C is once again the size of the cell arena, and then it's like has knockback and it does a nice amount of damage. So yeah, those are the moves and the statistics for the King Flute. Okay, the next one I have is Asta's Grimoire. So yeah, this is like a little black Grimoire that you get from the Grimoire Tower. It's very easy to get, so I'll give you guys the statistics of it. The rarity of this is ranked as epic, and you have a 7.69% chance of getting it. The scaling is strength. The multiplier for the Z move is 20 times. The X move is 30. And then the C move is 35 times. And then the boss damages are Z 20, X 30, and then C 35. The range is Z 1 cell arena block, and then X is the cell arena, and then C is around 55-65% of the cell arena. And then the cooldown is short to mid. Okay, so I'll show you guys the moves for this one. You have like a little black Grimoire right over flying right in front of you. You have Z, which is, it blocks all Grimoire damage, and also it will attack if somebody's close to you, which is about 1 cell arena block away from you. X, which is 1 cell arena of range. You can see it shoots really fast once again. So that's X. And then C, I think I said C instead of X, but that's X. And now C, this one is around 55-65% of the cell arena. You reflect all Grimoire damage, and you also do area damage. So yeah, that's it. Okay, and then the next one I'm going to be showing you is for Quarks. This is Overhaul. So you can see Overhaul right here. So the statistics for this one is the rarity is epic, and you have a 4.95% chance of getting it. It scales with strength. The multipliers for Z is 30 times, X is 35 times, and C is 40 times. And then the boss damages are for Z 30, X 35, and then C is 40. And then range for Z is the diameter of the cell arena. X is around 80% of the cell arena. And then C is 55% to 65% of the cell arena. And the cooldown is mid to long. It's one of the longer cooldowns for this video. And I'll show you guys the move set right now. So this is one of my favorite ones in the game, I gotta say. So yeah, that's the Z move. Makes like a ton of those little spikes. X, let me show you guys. X, it does like a huge spike. There's a rising spike, with then it goes away super fast. This one has a nice cooldown time, and then C is this, and then it does damage to whoever's in there, and then if somebody's in the range of this or inside the little mud pile, it looks like mud to me, but they will be stunned and they can't do anything. They're gonna be stuck in there. So yeah, that's that for the Overhaul clock. Next one is Paganized. This is Tatara, so it's like a huge monster. This one, I'll give you guys this. Okay, the rarity is legendary, and you have a 2% chance of getting it. The scaling of it is Chakra for left click plus tap. You tap the screen if you're on mobile, left click if you're on computer. And so Chakra for left click plus tap and Z. And then the scaling for X is strength. So yeah, those are the scalings. The multipliers, for left click slash tap, which is this, that will be 5 times. Z is 13 times per tick, and then X is 70 times. So you can, and then the boss damages, left click slash tap, 5. Z is 13 a tick, and then X is 70. The range for left click slash tap is 1 cell arena block. Z is half the cell arena's diameter, or as you may know, radius. And then X is the size of the cell arena. And then the cooldown is short to mid. So yeah, this one is pretty nice. So I'll show you guys the moves. I showed you guys this one away. The tap, I'm tapping the screen because I'm on mobile. So that's the tap. It's left click slash tap. Z, you shoot out like some blue flames out of your mouth. And this one is around the radius of the cell arena, or half the diameter. And then X is around the cell arena size. So maybe like 80-90% of the cell arena size. Okay, so that's it for the Kagune. And now the next one, the last one I'm going to be showing you guys, is the stand. This is the rarest out of all of them. It's near impossible to get, but it is possible to get. So don't discourage yourself from getting it, because it's insanely good. So, for the stats for this one, the rarity is legendary, and you have a 0.45% chance of getting it. It scales with chakra, and then the multipliers, Z is 5 times a tick, X is 30 times, C is 70 times, and then V is 85 times. So this does a ton of damage. I do not have the damage multiplier for the tap, left click slash tap, so I do apologize for that. And I do not have the boss damages for that as well, due to me not having the multipliers. So now the boss damages for Z is 5 times a tick. I mean 5 a tick. X is 30, C is 70, and then V is 85. So I do apologize. I'm not sure if my boss damages are 100% accurate, but they should be pretty, I'm hoping they are fairly accurate. And then the range for this one, left click slash tap, that's 1 cell arena block. Z is 1 cell arena block. X is 1 cell arena block. And then C is around 3 cell arena blocks. And then V is around 55% or to 65% of the cell arena. So I do not know the exact amount. I could not tell. I just had to estimate, so that's my estimation. 55% to 65%. And then the cooldown for this one is really, really short. So yeah, this is pretty much my go-to, the main thing I use to play this, my main special ability in this game. I do love it. Okay. So yeah, all of these ones are pretty good, and just because I say which one you should avoid doesn't mean that one's bad. The one that I said you should avoid, for me it was the easiest to get. It took me the least amount, and it was only costing me 2,000 Chakira shards. So yeah, not much at all. So it might be worth it, but I cannot recommend it compared to all the others. So the one I would say you should avoid is Oster's Grimoire. If you want to have like the rarest thing in the game, well, not the rarest thing in the game, but the rarest Grimoire for a really cheap price, this is what you can get. This is like the easiest one to get. So Oster's Grimoire, I'd say you'd avoid that one, but you may still like it. It just depends on your fighting style. I'm just not a fan of it at all. If you want to get a good willpower easily, my number one choice for you would be Overhaul, as that's really easy to get. You actually get a free try for Corks. So, and I've seen a lot of people getting Overhaul for the free try. So you can actually get Overhaul for free. You don't even have to do anything. You just walk over to the hospital, click on, you get like the first one for free. I was making a video with Loki today, and he got Overhaul on the very first free try. So yeah, that is my number one for if you want to get good willpower easily. And then my number two is King Flute. This one is an insanely good flute. I cannot recommend it more to try to get it. But I do have to say it is a bit harder to get than Overhaul. You do have to fly around the map and look at the areas. I will be making a video showing you what areas to go and fly to get these the King Flute. So yeah, this one helps a lot. Loki also got the King Flute using that little trick. And then the ones that do a ton of damage, Made in Heaven is number one. That one does a ton of damage. Only problem is that's insanely weird, but it's just amazing. And then number two is Tatara. So that one does a nice amount of damage, but I'm not much of a fan of it. It's not that good. Kind of bad. If you want to do a ton of damage, go ahead and get Tatara, but I can't really recommend it too much because it's a rare one, and I don't think it's that good, in my opinion. Okay, now that that's done, I'm going to be ranking the specials, the rare specials from worst to best. So at 5th place is Asta's Grimoire. Most of the moves are close range, and there's one move that's long range, and it does take a little while to prepare, like the preparation for it does take a little while. It does a nice amount of damage, does okay damage, but I just can't recommend it too much. But it is very, very easy to get. Number 4 is Tatara. It's like the second hardest thing to get that is showcased, and it's also ranked as legendary. It's like a 2% chance of getting it. I just don't think it's worth the time to get it. It does depend. This one's mainly close range, and if you're a close range guy, this one's amazing, like second to Made in Heaven. But if you're trying to go for like an all-rounder, I can't recommend Tatara. I just don't think it's as good compared to the other choices you have. Number 3 is Overhaul. This is my number one for if you want to get a good willpower easily. I only spent 4,000 Sakura shards. I had Deku's one for all. I got that before Overhaul was released. So yeah, you can get it for free if you get lucky, and then you don't even have to spend too much to get this one, as it's not that rare. You have like a 4% chance, and that is, you might think that's very little, but it's very easy to get this one. So that's my number 3. That's very good. That one's a very good one. I can recommend it a lot. Okay, number 2 is the King Flute. So this is my number 2 for if you want to get a good willpower easily. I'm going to be, once again, as I said before, I'm going to be uploading a video on how to get the King Flute easily. But, yeah, this is my second highest ranking one. I'm not sure if it's going to receive a nerf, but just plain amazing. It does a nice amount of damage, has amazing range. Pretty much everything about it is amazing. And then my number 1, of course, it has to be number 1. It is the rarest, and I would say it's the best. Does a ton of damage, and also does a ton of boss damage. And that is Made in Heaven. This one, if you just want to get the most damage you can get, this one's insanely hard to get. Doesn't mean it's impossible. I know that there were a few people who got it for only 1,000 Sakura shards. I got mine for 6,000. So yeah, you can get it. You can get lucky and get Made in Heaven for a nice cheap amount. Though, just because some people got with 1,000 doesn't mean it's gonna take you that amount. You could actually take like 100,000, 200,000. Actually, that coin spin was around 6,000. It actually took me around like 100,000. I'll say 100,000 to get Made in Heaven, but it was well worth all of that time. I'll say like 50,000. I'll say around 50,000 it took me. I don't think it's 100,000, maybe around 50,000. But yeah, it costs a ton of Sakura shards, but it's just amazing. It's more of a close range stand, more of close range power, but at that range that it has, it just obliterates everybody. Then the other pet peeve I have is let me remember. It's It's a close range one, and also is insanely rare. Yeah, insanely rare. I said that before. But yeah, that's all. It's very, very good, pretty much. So yeah, that's my little ranking for this video. Hopefully this helps you out a little bit on deciding which one you should try to go for. I was just on a goal to get, I wanted, like, I challenged myself to get on a goal to get the best special for each special in the game. So yeah, I'm gonna be trying now, since I got the best special out of them all the best specials, or the rarest specials. I wouldn't call each one of them the best specials out of their family, but, well, the family of specials, but they're the rarest. So I'm gonna be trying to get some champions, and I'll make a video if I get Boros. I'll be showcasing Boros. That's insanely hard to get. And it also costs a ton of Secure Sods, but hopefully I'll be able to get it so I can make a video for you guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you guys subscribe to 2 Kids in a Pod if you want some more videos like this. And stay home, stay safe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye, guys!